Come on. Hello, I think I'm on. Hello. Happy Tuesday. And thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. My name is Yolanda Givens, and I am extra excited today to be hosting the show. Today is December 1st. It is the last month of 2020. I know that we are excited about the end, getting out, getting through the rest of 2020. But today is also my 50th birthday. So I am excited about it. Happy birthday to me. Um, and I was excited to spend my birthday with all of you guys, checking in, talking about what's been going on, and you helping me celebrate my birthday. So thank you so much. So this is going to be a great show. We are going to be talking about music and the connection between music and our mental health. And with the holidays around, we know that oftentimes many people kind of get stressed, anxiety goes up. It's the holidays, people worried about money and gifts and all the stuff that, is really not what the holidays is about. And on top of that, us having been in this pandemic since March. Can you guys believe it? We've been in this pandemic since March. So we thought we would come and lighten up what's been going on, give some great tips, talk about music. I know music makes me feel really, really good, but we have some experts here today to talk about it. But before we begin our conversation, I always give a shout out to the executive director and CEO of the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization, Mr. Don Doty. Hey, Don, and his wife, Miss Joyce. I love them dearly. They called me and they sung happy birthday to me. It was the sweetest thing ever. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for being a health advocate for 20 plus years in Chicago. Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health is a nonprofit organization that has been serving the Chicago community for 20 plus years. And today, my birthday, December 1st, is Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday. So if you are feeling charitable and you want to give back and you want to help make a difference, please, I encourage you to take today and give to the Georgia Doty organization. You can give via PayPal at paypal.me/Georgia Doty, or you can go to the website georgiadotyhealth.org and look for the donate button. All of the money raised on today for Giving Tuesday is going to support the homeless veterans, and particularly during this pandemic time, and making sure that they have masks and hand sanitizer and food and the basic necessities, and even toward trying to help them get some shelter. It's wintertime. Help them get coats and gloves and socks, all those things that we know is needed to get through Chicago's winter. So let me stop chapping and let's get to the conversation. I am first so excited to bring back this young man because we had such a great conversation last time, and all the viewers really, really did enjoy him. He gave us some great tips. We're talking about healing mental health through music. I first want to introduce Michael Wiley. He is a licensed professional counselor and mental performance coach. And I so believe that because he coached us last time. He has a master's degree from Adler University in clinical counseling and sports psychology. Michael aims to help create the challenges, help you with the challenges in your life so that you can live the life that you deserve. Thank you, Michael, for being back. Welcome,
Thank you
welcome,
so
welcome.
much.
I'm so
Thank you.
excited. I know you got some more nuggets
I got a little
for
bit.
us
You know,
today.
I tried to come up with a little
So
something today.
I am really, 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 really looking forward to that. For some reason, I cannot hear you. There we go. I think I can hear you now. Our second guest, and I want to bring him on. Man, we got a legend, a Chicago legend here with us today, the one and only DJ Sam Chatman. Yay, Mr. Chatman. Thank you so much. I am feeling so honored. I have heard many, many things about you. I heard you are the DJ. You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? No, Michael, can you hear me?
I'm hearing. Can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear
Can you,
you.
I'm having problem with the audio.
Let me see. I don't know. Maybe it's me. But Michael, you can hear me fine.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay,
can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
I
Okay,
I
can
can
hear
hear
I
you.
don't
It's
everyone.
hear you
low.
at all.
It's
I
really,
thought
really
it was the
low.
headphone, but it's not. I can't hear
Okay,
you at
we're gonna
all.
see. We're gonna see. Viewers, just be patient with us. We're gonna make sure that we can figure out what's going on with the sound. Let me see. If I get. I'm sorry. Hold on. Trying to make this work. Trying to figure it out for you guys. Um. So I want to just get going while we are trying to figure out what's going on. Michael can hear me. Hopefully, you guys out there can hear him. And feel free to chime in, post some questions. Again, we're talking about mental health and how to heal. And okay, I got the note that the sound is good. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna just get going. So Michael, we're gonna start with you while
All
Mr.
right.
Chapman is working on his audio. It's been a few months since we had you on the show. So my first question to you is, I want to find out where, and this is kind of a broad question, and you can bring it in and make it make
Okay.
sense. Where are we? What's going on as it relates to mental health now that it's from March? We're all the way here in December, and we are still dealing with this pandemic.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are in different places, but right now, what I'm seeing in terms of a lot of the people that I work with, and even myself, is that it's a little bit easier to accept sort of the reality that we're in right now. I think because we're seeing some things on the horizon in terms of a lot of us have adjusted our lives to sort of accommodate what's going on at this point. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
businesses have adjusted to accommodate to a more like digital lifestyle. I mean, it would be great for like you and I to be talking in person, but I honestly I think it's cool that we have these kinds of platforms where we can still communicate, still be able to connect with our loved ones, connect with our clients, and do this show. And so, you know, honestly, I think we're at a place of adjustment and acceptance,
Mm-hmm.
not
Okay.
necessarily giving in, because I don't believe that acceptance is necessarily succumbing to the situation. It's more so accepting the reality that we're in and doing our best to adjust to make the
Right.
most of the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So what adjustment is a good word. Accepting, that this is our new norm, at least for now.
At least for now. Yeah, at least
At
for
least
now.
for now, it is our new norm, and trying to navigate that. What I do think is cool from what I have seen is that people are connecting with their family more. They're doing it through Zoom. They
Oh
hadn't
yeah.
thought about that before, so they're actually taking the time now to utilize the technology to stay connected with their families that may not be in close proximity from this. I know people are having monthly Zoom gatherings, so that
Oh
is
yeah.
definitely super cool. And I think, and we're talking about mental health, it gotta be helpful. It
Yeah.
definitely, I would say, it must be helpful to be able to still connect with your people during this time.
Yeah. I would say that that's like critical, especially if you can't like meet up with your friends in person, meet up with family in person.
Hmm.
Figuring out how to use Zoom, how to use Google Duo, how to use FaceTime and all of the different apps that exist. Because I think it's important that we're still able to see one another. And
Yeah.
so most people have the technology at this point, whether through their phone, through their laptop. Cameras are everywhere. I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword. But one of the,
Right.
one of the benefits that it is right now, though, is we're actually still able to see one another. Whereas, let's say 20 years ago, we're in the same situation and we don't have webcams everywhere. We don't have cell phones that have cameras on them or like microphones and the ability to actually connect in this manner. So I encourage everyone that if you haven't connected with family through video chat in
Mhm.
particular, that you try and use
Mhm.
this medium a bit more because it is more personal. This is different than us just talking on the phone or through some sort of like audio recording or something like that.
Right.
So a lot of the elders in my family have learned to use the video tech.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and myself and my friends, we schedule Zooms on the weekend where it'll be 6, 7, 8 of us on the same call, and it's just like getting that camaraderie. We can't actually meet up in person, but we don't allow that to be a reason that we don't connect.
Nice. I really I like that. And it's so cool to see elders having
Oh yeah,
to
oh yeah,
learn how to utilize it and being able to stay connected with their family, which is so important. So before we talk about, music and how that can have a positive effect on mental health, I want to ask you about the whole getting support and counseling virtual, because I've heard a few people say like I need to see, I need to go in person. How, what can you say to and just encourage someone that knows that they really know they need to talk or should talk to someone but kind of just hesitant about doing it virtually?
yeah. Well, first, I just want to say I understand because there is no
Mm-hmm.
replacement for human connection and being in person. So I wouldn't go as far to say that this medium is the same, or
Mm-hmm.
um, I guess yeah, it's just it's not the same as meeting in person. However, as I was mentioning earlier, I still wouldn't make that the reason why I don't go or why I don't seek help. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to realize that now is might be a better time than ever to get this sort of to actually do like virtual therapy or virtual counseling, because you actually have even a greater level of confidentiality in a lot of cases where you don't have to physically
Mm-hmm.
go to the building. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
physically get up and travel. And so your ability to meet more therapists is actually greater now. Maybe there's someone you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
meet with, but they're in a city that's farther away from where you're at. Well, now that you're meeting virtually, you have actually the ability to meet with these people now. And a
Oh
lot of
wow.
the, and I can't say for everyone, but what we've seen is that a lot of the companies for insurance and whatnot, that they've actually made a lot of accommodations for insured clients in particular, in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like waiving copays or waiving co-insurances and things of that sort. So I can't say that that's every single case, but I
Right.
have seen that that's actually something where a lot of the costs that are typically associated with the service are either lower or may not actually be there for the time being, because these companies know that we actually need our mental health to survive, to be able to function, to be able to
Right.
go to work and still contribute to the economy. You have to be in the mental space to be able to actually do those things. And so, yeah, like in the comfort of your own home, you can actually get services a lot easier than maybe any other time that I can remember. And so, just keeping that in mind to not let this be the reason why you actually don't go and get the service. It might actually be more available to you now than it was in the past.
Right. That's a dang. I never actually thought about that, but almost more accessible.
Almost more
Because you can
accessible.
do it
Yeah,
in the comfort. Yeah, you
yeah,
can do it in the comfort of your home, and you can maybe connect with someone that's a distance that you wouldn't have necessarily wanted to drive through, or even the feeling of going into a counseling office.
hmm
And how that sometimes make people feel walking in there. So that's a good way to look at it. Now, I'm
yeah.
definitely going to share that with those that I know to kind of look at it in a different way. So while we're waiting, hopefully we get Mr. Chatman back on. Talk a little bit about when you
Okay.
say you
It
are.
says now you on the
Ah,
show.
wait,
Okay, should
you
I
on
Yeah,
the
get?
here we
show?
go.
He's back.
Oh,
We
can I?
see you.
Mr. Chapman. No.
Well, he's on.
Okay, I hear her on the phone, but I don't hear her, phone.
Well, okay, they trying to figure it out.
Are you there, Rochester?
Yeah, we're trying to get him. So I was going to ask you to talk a little bit about being a mental performance coach, and what does that mean?
Yeah. So a great question, because I get that question all the time. And one of the best ways to explain it is just thinking of everyone's job has some sort of mental performance element, or I would say almost everyone's job. And a lot of jobs actually have a performance element that you wouldn't consider actually having one. But when you think about it, it actually does have that. So let's say uh, the populations that I tend to work with are professional athletes, college athletes, and high school athletes, mostly basketball players, but I've worked with pretty much all the sports that you can think of. And so we know for them that there is an element of when you're performing in front of an audience, there can be an element of performance anxiety. There can be an element focus. How do I narrow my focus on the game, block out distractions? Could be life distractions. It could be people in the audience or in the crowd. And so I actually teach tangible strategies to help people be able to make improvements in those areas. And a lot of the time, if you were to, let's say, ask an athlete, is there a mental element to performance? They would say yes. But then if you were to ask them, okay, well, what are tangible things that you can do to actually make improvements in those areas? That's where you kind of get the blank stares, and people don't necessarily know. And so I actually provide like tangible strategies to help people focus, help kind of be able to block out thoughts or focus thoughts and think the right thoughts at the right time to be able to still perform. But then there's like other professions that have a performance element too. So let's say like a teacher. If you're a teacher in a classroom, standing in front of a group of, let's say, 15, 20, 30 kids, or even young adults if you're in college, if you're a professor, that's a performance. You have to know you have to know your material. You have to be able to communicate it clearly. You have to be able to connect it in a way where it's digestible and where they understand. You have to be kind of keeping track of time in your head. And there's a lot of, and you're balancing all of these things simultaneously. It's not as if they're happening in isolation. You're actually having to do all this at the same time. And so there's a performance element to, let's say, teaching. I think actually our largest employer is the U.S. military. There are a lot of jobs out there where you kind of got to get stuff right the first time. And when you don't, then, something can go wrong. Something can go bad. Surgeons, doctors, lawyers. There are a lot of professions where you kind of have to get things right the first time, and there's a level of pressure and focus that's required to be able to perform in those areas and in those jobs. And so, essentially, what I do is actually teach strategies to help people either make gains in those areas, identify what the challenges that they're dealing with are, and kind of develop plans to, help it feel more manageable.
And I would say, with everything that's going on around us, we all could benefit for that. We are so unfocused. We got so much going on, and just in any area of our lives where we're trying to get something done, trying to attain a goal, and trying to meet the needs of what it is that we need to do. I think that would be very, very helpful for all of us to be able to tap into some of those strategies that you have. So that's good to know that that's something that you provide. So I want to talk. I want to talk about. I know, and I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. Let's see, Sam is ready. So let's bring him on. But Michael, definitely don't go nowhere, because we definitely want your professional thoughts about music and mental health. So, Mr. Chatman, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You got it?
Yes.
Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me introduce you again. Chicago's own legendary stepping DJ, DJ Sam Chatman. I have heard your name so many times. I've heard great things about you, that you are not only a DJ, you are a promoter, you are a businessman, and I've even heard that your role as being a DJ has really impacted in a positive way many lives and many families. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
being a legend.
Well, thank you.
And they told me that you the one who coined this idea that Chicago is the capital, the
No,
stepping
no,
capital
no,
of the
no,
world.
no,
Not you,
no, no,
not
no, no,
you.
no, no, no. You said that wrong. I didn't coin the idea. It
Okay,
is, it is the steppers capital of the world.
I got you.
Okay.
It is the stepping capital of the world, and I'm
Hmm.
just got a feeling that some of that is thanks to you. So I know that you are on 95.1. Is that correct?
That's right.
And
Saturdays,
and we
Saturdays, Sundays.
Okay, and we chatted a little bit about that you also do some sessions kind of to relieve stress and anxiety. So I just want to start by asking you, someone who has been in music a a long time, a legend, definitely have impacted lives. How would you say that you've seen and that you know that music makes a difference for us mentally?
It does, and you know, and my show on Mondays and Thursdays on Twitch TV. Twitch is
Hmm.
something similar to this situation that we're in tonight, and like Facebook, uh,
Hmm.
it relieves. You know, it makes me feel good that I'm able to reach people, and the music
Hmm.
relieves the stress and anxiety. They're going through all types of issues, family issues, job issues, financial issues, and the
Hmm.
music just does something to these, you know. And I'm fortunate also, Yolanda, that I have people all from South Florida to Washington D.C. that tune in every Thursday and every Monday and Thursday, and they actually they step with me.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Oh
So
wow.
and it's really a pleasure, and I, you know, and not only is it a relief, stress release for them, it's a stress release for me because
Okay.
it gives me something to do.
Oh, okay. That's
Hmm.
definitely a good way to look at it.
Hmm.
And I'm a music lover, and I know most people are,
Hmm.
but I know sometimes I forget, that music makes me feel so good.
Oh, it does.
Um, I think that I'm trying to train myself to remember that when I'm having one of those days, or even just when I wake up in the morning to get my day started. When I put on music, it takes me to a whole nother place. Feel
It does.
good.
It's a feel good situation, you know, and you know, and everybody. I don't care who you are, where you live. Everybody has their favorites, and what I
Hmm.
try to do is reach out to the public and try to find out what their favorites. I even suggest they text me music that they don't hear no place, and if they text me the music and give me enough, you know, time, I'll make sure that I'm going to play it for
Nice, nice. That's good to know. So before we go on, I want to bring in our other guest. I understand that he is ready. And so I want to bring in the third guest for the night, another legend. He is an American singer, a songwriter, producer, record label executive. Most of us will at least know. I don't, you got to be pretty young to not know, but most of us have heard of Duke of Earl. This man is a Grammy Hall of Fame inductee. Was inducted in the R&B Music Hall of Fame as a music pioneer. So I want to welcome the one and only legendary Gene Chandler.
him.
Yay!
Yes, yes.
You. Thank you.
You made it. You made it.
I don't know how, but
Ah,
I made it.
you
This is
made it.
not the room I wanted to be in, but we're on. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, but how so much I appreciate your effort. I feel like you did it personally for me. Thank you so
I
much.
worked hard at it. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for your contribution to music. Thank you for being just a great person, from what they tell me, those that know you. I had fans calling me, telling me that, oh my God, he's going to be on the show. So I thought that was super cool. So, you know, that the topic today is about music, and you are like I said, legendary. They said a singer, songwriter, producer, record label executive. So music, I would probably guess, has been your life for a very, very long time.
Yes, among other things, but music, yeah.
Definitely music. So what inspired you, and we're gonna chat a little bit to get into this industry, to know that you wanted to sing, and then how has you being in the music industry impacted people?
Impact who now?
Impacted people.
Oh, okay. Well, it must have impacted them quite well because they made me successful.
It made them feel good. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, they bought those records and made me a successful artist in my concerts and what have you. But I guess as a kid, I came up. You think about all the different things you want to be. I think a lot of the females were saying they wanted to be a nurse or some kind of doctor or something of that nature. In my case, I wanted to be a boxer and a lawyer.
Oh,
The
okay.
box the boxing I did. I was boxing Golden Gloves,
Mhm.
and one day a guy hit me so hard. I was a hard hitter too, but he hit me so hard. I say, maybe this is not the business I want to be in. Anyway, as a kid, I was singing. Did my first stage appearance at 5 years old.
Mhm.
I was at a Fourth of July picnic in a big park, and they had a stage and they had performers every year. And I went up there as a 5 year old and I sung Danny Boy
Oh wow.
and brought the house down, you know. So from that point, when I was in school, high school, I sung with a group. And when we won the contest citywide for a contest they had for entertainment, uh, the local group in my neighborhood felt like I needed to be with them rather than some group of mixed guys at high school. Anyway, I changed to the Duques. The first group was the Gay Tones.
Mhm.
And I went to the service. I spent 3 years
Okay.
and came home. Well, when you join, you spend three. When you were drafted,
Right.
you get two.
Okay.
I came home. I came home. The group that I left had a recording contract and they wanted me to be their lead singer again. And I got with the company. They heard me, they accepted me, and that was the start of my recording career with the Duques.
Okay.
And from that point, it just took
It's
off.
history. It's legendary.
Right.
So let me. So what do you have? What have you experienced in terms of when thinking about mental health and how music can have a positive impact on a person' mental health? What is your thoughts about that?
Well, I've had some experience in that in terms of hospital visiting mental health people, visiting children, senior citizens, and without a doubt, music calms the world.
I
Terms
like that.
in terms of making people happy, enjoying themselves for the moment that they're listening and dancing and having fun. And it has always done the job. My
I.
I remember one of my sons when he was born. I would always play his
Mhm.
song on the radio that he liked. And he would always ask me for that songs. It reminds me of something that I have, and I didn't bring it upstairs with me. From a
Mhm.
little kid that was 4 years old, and they wanted me to send him an autograph picture and everything. And this kid, Caucasian kid, he loved the Duke of Earl. Well, I've had that
Mhm.
experience in a lot of situations, but this
Mhm.
was a letter sent to me. And this it was 4 years. It was I think it was 2012. So he must be somewhere around 11 or 12 now. To send him a picture, he refused to listen to anything unless the Duke of Earl was in there somewhere. And then they had a picture of him on the back, just as big as the letter that they sent, the cutest kid you want to see in the world. And it inspires you to let you know that you do music for people who are older, uh,
Wow.
teenagers,
Mhm.
babies. I don't know what it is about the Duke, but the kids like that repeated Duke, 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 the little kid.
Mhm. Mm, yeah.
And it makes you feel good, makes you want to do more, which I did. I recorded a lot of hit records. As time went on in the business, I ended up producing. I had my own record company, and I was producing for other record companies.
Mhm.
In 20 years, I never missed the end of my show being a standing ovation.
Nice.
Uh, I've retired from the business now because, uh, I've been in it a long time.
Mhm.
I became very successful in business.
Mhm.
Several different things going for me, not the state, all across the country. And I decided it was time for me to sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor because I just working and working and working. And I'm an entrepreneur, so I have several different things at the same time that became successful for me. But the hardest part of leading was the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, I mean, you go to work and you get a standing ovation when you leave. Okay. Just
how,
imagine any job. Okay.
how cool is that? Feel good. That's feel
Yeah.
good. Feel
Yeah.
good. So let's bring back our two other guests. Let's bring back DJ Sam Chatman and let's bring back Michael. And again, our topic, couple of things. First of all, I just want to remind the viewers out there that today is it's my birthday, but today is
Happy
also
birthday.
Happy
giving.
birthday.
Yes, today is also Giving Tuesday. So if you want to make a contribution, have a heart, and want to impact lives, please feel free to give to the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization. You can PayPal at paypal.me/Georgia Doty or go to this website, georgiadotyhealth.org. So let's talk about, time be running out. I be wanting to save time. Um, we are talking about healing um, uh, through music, healing mentally, and how music has an impact on that. And I want to, and I can hear from all of you guys, but I want to start with Michael, who is a licensed professional counselor, and your thoughts about how music. The question that someone asked is, how does music affect depression?
Mm. Well, I think music, like emotion, is a form of energy,
Mhm.
and because it's a form of energy, if you think of like the laws of physics, right?
Mhm.
Energy can't be created or destroyed, but it could change form, and that's the thing that music can actually do. Music has the ability to actually transform the energy that's inside of you from a
Mm.
from a negative to a positive.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of it is about knowing what style of music, what type of music, and what
Mhm.
sort of rhythms actually are really going to connect with your spirit. And
Mm.
even on like a spiritual level, you think of all of the different things that music actually does. It brings people together. It provides a platform to like explore culture, to experience culture.
Mhm.
And specific to the question with depression, I think it's important to understand that when you're not feeling well or when
Mm.
you've kind of been feeling that way for an extended period of time, that you have to, at some point, although it is difficult, take action and actively engage the process of
Mm.
transforming how you feel and what you feel. And music is one of the quickest, easiest ways to actually do that and to actually shift that energy that you have inside of you. And so, I guess in a nutshell, that would kind of be the first way, in the main
Mhm.
way, I guess that I would describe how music can impact depression. Thinking of it philosophically as like a form of energy. Your emotion as a form of energy, music as a form of energy, and when you kind of put those two together, you're actually able to shift feelings pretty quickly and effectively.
Right. That's definitely and I want to bring back DJ Chatman, DJ Sam, over the years that you've been a DJ, and I know you said you do your session. What prompts you to do the session specifically related to trying to help folks relieve stress and anxiety?
But being confined, the way we are, with this pandemic,
Mhm.
I've noticed that, there was a couple of articles in today's paper about,
Mhm.
parties going on against the rules and
Mhm.
regulations, against the law, where the
Mhm.
police went in and they raided the place, and too many people are frantic to be out. So what I'm trying to do is keep with my shows, keep them home, keep them safe, and give them some of the music that will inspire them and inspire their children. And see, what's amazing about this music that like Gene Chandler's music, give an example. Parents and grandparents are teaching their children to love and and to embrace this music. It's not just
Mhm.
people in a certain age. This music, it's Stepper's music. Basically, is what I'm involved in. It's a
Mhm.
universal thing.
Mhm.
It encompasses all ages, and it's beginning to encompass all races now. So it
Right.
does. It takes a lot of stress off of you being at home on this computer, and I'm able to entertain thousands of people. Believe me, thousands of people, just like I was at an event. And that, to me, that does a lot, in terms of stress release, not just for you or that person, but it also does a tremendous amount of stress release for me.
Okay, so let's bring Mr. Chandler back on as well. And I know that the two of you aren't, licensed professional counselors, but you have been in the music industry a very, very long time. You have uh, uh, interacted with many, many millions of people. What are your thoughts in brief? Relate, how do you connect music and helping someone cope with depression, if you will?
Well, I'm not like what's the other guest? Michael.
Michael?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I haven't had the education that he has in this area. I can
Mm-hmm.
only go by the results I've gained when I'm on stage singing,
Okay.
or whether it's in church and people come to hear the choir as well as the minister each Sunday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, but the uplifting also comes from the choir that sing
Mm-hmm.
and
True.
what they're
That's true.
singing, and it's
That's
always
true.
music.
Yeah,
And it
that's true.
also bring all races together.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
it's good and it's a hit, it brings you together. I mean, I like a whole bunch of things that the Beatles have done, and as
Mm-hmm.
you heard coming from them, they like a whole lot of things that the other artists have done: black, white, purple, green. And so, music just brings everybody together. That's what I find. They
Yeah.
come out to the concerts because they want to be thrilled by the artists that they've heard on the radio or that they play at home, and they want to see them perform in person. And
Right.
it's all because of music. So it has
Yeah.
always been the soothing comfort for, I guess, everybody's life.
Yeah, I love that, Mr. Calm. I really appreciate at that, and it is music is we know it is universal. It
Yes,
definitely brings folks together. We are all lovers of many of the same musics, so that's important to keep in mind. I want to bring Michael back, and I want to ask him. Um, for the holidays are here. Um, and like I said, as I in the introduction about we know the holidays for whatever reason oftentimes bring stress and anxiety. I am hoping that you could maybe give some tips or some suggestions for folks. And then we've been in this pandemic, you know, um,
Yeah.
something that could possibly be helpful for us, all of us, to deal with the stress of the holidays?
Yeah, and I would try to make it as simple as possible. You know, reconnect with loved ones, reconnect with people who
Mm-hmm.
have importance in your life, and also reconnect with your hobbies. You know, figure
Mm.
out ways that you can still enjoy yourself during your personal time. Talking about like music, for instance, like everything is there. You got the energy, you have, you know, the lyrics, you have the encouragement to get up and move, you know, and so all of that is there. And so, you know, that's a great hobby to get involved in, you know, get up and
Mm-hmm.
dance, get up and move. If you have like a hobby that you actually can do more of at home, re-engage that hobby, you know, figure out things that are new that maybe you haven't tried, and rearrange the bedroom, rearrange the house, figure out ways to
Mm.
keep some sort of freshness in your daily life that's actually within your control. Because I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
what the pandemic has done is shifted our
Mm-hmm.
focus to a lot of the things that have been taken from us, or the things that we no longer have control over. And there are small things you can do in your life to regain shreds of those feelings. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, anything you can do within the home to keep life fresh, cook a new dish, rearrange the living room, listen to some music, get up and move, you know, engage in old hobby. I would say that those are things that is within our control, and that, you know, we could actually do more of, that tends to be helpful to mental health.
Right, 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 right. Okay, let's bring DJ Chatman Sam back on and Mr. Chandler back on. And I so appreciate everything that the three of you have shared as it relates to music. And I love that the ideal of it being a calm for it could be a calm for us. I heard Michael talk about it being the energy, shifting your energy, and that's so true. When I think about my energy one way, and when I turn the music on, I feel another way. I want to ask uh, Mr. Chapman, what could you say to people during these holidays, and how they could utilize music to kind of help them get through some of the stress and anxieties that happens around this time of the year?
You know, Michael said something that sort of touched me. He said,
Mhm.
find some things to do, some things that you might have been planning to do for the last 2 or 3 years. Now,
Mhm.
as a DJ, you know, I encourage my listeners to write in and text me and give me some of the songs and stuff that you don't hear on regular radio. Uh,
Okay.
Gene Gene Chandler was at my birthday party. The largest event I have of the year is the Capricorn Ball. That's my
Mhm.
birthday. If you could have seen the reaction when Gene came in of the crowd, how they gravitated towards him. You know, he couldn't stay too long because I think they were going to attack him. But they still but you know, the amazing thing is that they love him and they love his music. His
Mhm.
music has a soothing effect, and I'm a DJ on me.
Uh,
I could even quote you some of the lyrics, but I won't go into that now. But find some things that you did. Like me, I'm writing all day. I'm just writing down some of the music that I don't normally play so I can
mhm.
share it with my audience. And
Mhm.
believe me, it is a calming and relaxing effect.
I love that. Calming and relaxing effect. I love that. Sounds like we need to just listen to old school music.
Excuse me. Well, you know what now? By the same token now, Yolanda, I'm an old school D, but I love the new stuff too. I love
That's
Cardi
okay.
B and Megan Thee Stallion, and I can go on
Okay.
and on and on. You know, so I don't have any. I'm not hung up on any one thing. Even though I love the steppers, you know, the sisters
Mhm.
I've seen.
Well, Sam,
Okay.
as you know, it might be cool and relaxing. God, did we have a lot of fun when we had disco?
Yes, no question,
We
no
were
question.
all over the state. Every night people were jumping and partying, and the lights and flashing. You know, it was
Yes,
great. Yeah,
yeah, and we were able to survive through it all too.
yeah, yeah.
I love it.
So
Thank you.
it sounds like that, and I don't know, that the viewers have even thought about it, I'm sure, people think about it. When I think about waking up when I was a little girl every Saturday morning in Soul Train. I don't know if people are doing things like that in their household, but there was a reason to me behind it, not just because we were supporting, but the feel good, on the Saturday morning, to hear the good music. And I'm hearing from you guys that some of that would be helpful, as we are in the holiday season, having been in this pandemic for a very, very long time now. Doesn't seem like we're getting out of it anytime really soon. So to be able to have a tool like music, something that is universal and unifies us and brings calm and great energy, is useful. Sounds like it's useful
It,
to
wo-
everyone.
it would be, and and one other thing, we don't have a soul train. We don't have that vehicle.
Right,
We don't have that
right,
vehicle.
right.
I believe the younger kids right now, they're missing a
Yeah.
tremendous amount of music. They really are.
Absolutely, absolutely, I absolutely. I definitely agree with that. We don't have any of those things, um, anymore. So Michael, what are final thoughts, things that you could share to the viewers tonight? What final thoughts do you want to share?
Well, one just with music, like it's an honor to be here with these brothers because one of the things that was going through my mind even before the show is that I might not even be here if it weren't for music. A lot of us might have actually came into existence either during some music or our conception came after a night of music. So we owe a lot of our positive energy, a lot of our existence here, to people who actually bring us music, artists and
Right,
DJs.
right.
So like I mean that's always been a huge part of my life. Um, One thing that I did want to promote, you all can follow me on IG
Mhm.
at M Wiley Jr. 206. And then also I do have a podcast that'll be coming out here shortly called High Value. And so we'll
High
be
value.
releasing that online. And it's
Okay.
myself and a friend of mine named Marco. And we'll go ahead and I'll be posting that on my IG and through other social media here shortly once we get the editing and everything done. And final thoughts. I think figure out ways to take back control from the situation that we're in.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
are in a pandemic, and I do
Yeah.
think that it's a tough situation for all of us to have to deal with. But there's still parts of your life that you have the ability to take back control, that you have the ability to still explore, and figuring out ways to keep life fresh and to re-engage your creativity right now. I think is definitely a great option to
Yeah.
work through mental health issues or just keep yourself feeling good.
Right, right, right. So I had a question before you go. Someone asked a question
Hmm.
that does it matter the type of music that you listen to when it comes to your mental health or your health overall? Does lyrics matter?
I would say lyrics matter. There
Mhm.
might be some people who do or don't agree with that. Personally, I
Mhm.
do think lyrics matter because have you ever heard
Okay.
something said that maybe you even already knew, but in a way you've never heard it? That's the power of
Mhm.
music, and the power
Mhm.
of musicians, and then when you pair the rhythm and the words, when you're moving to the beat and you're feeling the song and then they say that
Mhm.
thing you need to hear, it has
Mhm.
a way of reaching deeper into your spirit than I would say
Okay.
other things. And I think all forms of creativity have that ability to tap into like our higher self and to, contribute to healing. But music in particular, I would say, has that ability. And so I think lyrics matter. I think that at least for me, like the type of music that I listen to when I'm looking to help balance my mental health is I actually prefer instrumentals and classical music. I could listen to like my grandfather was a pianist, and so I've always been exposed to jazz and blues and classical
Mhm.
music, and so I like music without words personally when I'm looking to
Mm.
actually heal my spirit or just kind of balance myself. But then also, I think we all have our favorite artists and our favorite songs
Right.
for different reasons. And when you need that thing that kind of hits your spirit, those lyrics and that person that sings it that way or raps it that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
that you need it. I think that actually does contribute and help.
Yeah. That's true. So let's ask the DJ what he thinks about music and lyrics. Does the type of music matter? Does the lyrics matter when as it relates to our mental?
101%
Oh,
matters. And let
oh,
me, if and I'm a steppers DJ. I'm
mm-hmm,
known for stepping. I'm known all over. But 99% of every steppers song, and they wasn't recorded with this stepping in mind, is
mm-hmm.
about love and it's about relationships.
Okay.
99%. And and people always ask me, what drew me to this? I didn't know. I did, but I am a diehard romantic. I'm a Cary Grant guy.
I love it.
I'm an Earl Flynn guy. I love those romantic guys, and I love the romantic movies, and I love some Luther Vandross and Tim Tate.
Yeah.
Any and I rate people from Luther Vandross. I don't put nobody in front of Luther, but it's because of the lyrics and the message
Hmm.
that he's trying to convey. And
Okay.
lyrics matter is the key.
Yeah. Let's ask the songwriter. Let's see what Mr. Chandler has to say about that. Does the type of music and does lyrics matter as it relates to having a positive or a not positive impact on our mental health?
Well, lyrics always matter, but it's up to the individual what they like, what puts them in a great mood, what makes them feel better. And so I don't want to try to call it because it's up to each individual the type of music they like and what they want to hear
That's
that
true.
soothes them. Okay.
Hmm.
And since we have a variety of colors and races and people, and of course, as an artist, you try to reach all of those people.
Hmm.
I didn't try to record just to reach one particular group. I wanted
Okay.
to try to reach as many as I could. Like
Good
Michael,
point.
Michael Jackson, he reached the entire world. Loved what
He
he
did.
did. Okay,
He did.
he and Ramsey. So if it makes you good to feel good to listen to Michael or great people like Luther Vandross, even Usher now, who's one of my favorites.
One of my
Uh,
favorites.
yeah, and so that's what you listen to, whatever makes
Hmm.
you feel good. And I can't call it. Each individual have to call it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. We are quickly running out of time.
Yolanda,
Yes,
Yolanda,
sir.
before we get out of here,
Yes.
can can we all the guys sing to you happy birthday?
Ah,
Y'all gonna
All right,
serenade me?
fellas,
yes.
on three.
Mm.
Have one, two, three. Happy
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 birthday
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 to you.
to
to
you.
you. Happy
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 birthday.
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
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 birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday
birthday to
to you.
you.
Ah.
Now I could have sung "It's Your Birthday," and we
Mm.
know because it's your.
Mm.
You know,
See?
We gonna
Change that
party
energy
like
oh,
it's
up.
your
happy
birthday.
birthday to you. Okay, all right.
Yay!
Oh, we sung it to you.
Well, I just want to thank the three of you so much for being a part of this show. I mean, we could probably talk for another hour. I always feel like it's never, ever enough time. But having these conversations and being able to share, like Sam talked about, and Michael talked about being able to jump on this technology and connect with people and allow people to connect with other people is an amazing thing. So I definitely applaud Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization for continuing this Doty report and allowing this platform for us to be able to connect and share and let people ask questions. And in this case, y'all made me feel good. Make people feel good and give folks some really real, relevant, and uh, important information that will hopefully help them in some way to try to get through, not just during this pandemic, but just in throughout their life period. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. um give. How do people find you? I know Michael already shared his Instagram. Mr. Chandler, how can people connect with you? Do you have Facebook or a website?
I'm on the move. I'm moving too fast. I'm getting money, so I can tell you how to catch me. And I'm not on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Website. You got a website?
yeah, thedukeofearl.com.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't use it as much because I've retired from going on the road and what have you in the last 3 years. And so but whatever. I appreciate everybody out there. So reach me as you can.
Thank you so much. And Sam, tell us again when you are on the radio and when people can tap into your great DJing.
95.1 every Saturday from 12 until 5. Every Sunday, 95.1 from 12 to 4. Mondays on Twix TV, 7 o'clock every Monday and Thursday. And I got three Facebook pages. So all you got to do is type in DJ Sam Chatman and let's go to work.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to wish the three of you a very, very great and blessed rest of this year and really enjoy your holidays. And I know you guys too want, but Michael, make sure you don't forget to listen to music, to listen to music throughout the
I
holidays.
got some
And
research to do. I gotta get some more of these brothers music that they've created that they
right.
DJ. So yeah, I got some. I'm gonna
Right.
get
I
on it
mean,
tonight.
Michael, it was great. We had the opportunity to be amongst these two legends, and hopefully one day somebody is going to be saying that we are legendary. So we definitely commend you guys and we honor you and we thank you so much for your contributions. And Michael, I thank you for all that you are doing and working on doing and just being a great role model and a great resources. I'm definitely going to send folks your way that I know could benefit from some support, some mental performance coaching, and definitely some counseling. So thank you guys so much.
Peace.
Before we go, I want to say again to everyone that has viewed, thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. This is me, Yolanda, your host. This has been an amazing show, a feel-good show for me. Again, today is Giving Tuesday. It's Giving Tuesday. It's an opportunity of the day you can give to your charity of choice. And I'm going to ask you as a birthday gift to me to consider given to Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization. You can do that by going, sending it through PayPal, paypal.me/Georgia Doty, or going to the website georgiadotyhealth.org. For those of you who don't know me, please find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Yolanda, or find me on Instagram, Y_Givens. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And enjoy this the last month of 2020. I will see you next time. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday.